Hey everybody, John Battles from Doing A-OK. And last week, with the help of Now Marketing, we launched a social media effort to record and promote 1 million acts of kindness. We're doing that through a website that we have that is at arudoingaok.com. So far, after the first week, I think we're up to 159 or 160 acts of kindness, which is fantastic. Thanks, everybody, for participating. We've ran across a couple of things that I've heard from family and friends where they understand the mission of this thing, but they're sort of hesitant to get on the website and blow their own horn, so to speak. We would sort of want to dispel that myth by sharing more of the intent of these things. What we're looking for people to do is to get on the website, and if they see somebody doing something nice for somebody, or if you yourself go out and do something nice for somebody, we want you to tell us your story. And as I mentioned, people are hesitant to do that. So when you think about it, you're not blowing your own horn. What you're doing is you're inspiring others to do an act of kindness by reading your submission. So I have Janelle from Now Marketing, who's been with me since we started this project. And I'd like to have her show you how easy it is to submit a submission onto the website. Janelle, welcome.
Thanks, John. Happy to be here with you. As you mentioned, it can be a little uncomfortable and sometimes feels odd to toot your own horn or draw attention to acts of kindness that you participate in. It's always easier to share those acts of kindness that you've witnessed. We want all of that here on the site, which is great. Like, we want to hear acts of kindness that you've experienced from other people that you've witnessed that maybe didn't impact you directly. And absolutely those ones that you've participated in and been part of. So today I just wanted to share a simple little act of kindness that I participated in recently and show you how simple it is to track that on the website that we've built. To be able to do that. The cool thing is you can do it from your phone if you're out and about, or you can do it directly on the website. So as John mentioned earlier, we do have a tracker that's counting. And right now we're sitting at 159 acts of kindness towards our goal of 1 million. So that's wonderful. And so today I'm going to show you how I can submit that story. So I'm just going to click this share your story button here right up at the top. When I land on the page, it's really cool here. It's going to tell you how you can do it through social media, how you can do it on the online form, and also just read and get inspired by other people's stories that they've shared. So definitely recommend checking that out for inspiration. But what I'll do is go ahead and fill this out. So you'll start by putting in your name and just an email address, so that way you can get a confirmation that your story was submitted. And if John or the team wants to reach back out to you with follow-ups, you'll have that as well. The next thing you're going to do is go ahead and put in how many acts of kindness are completed. So this could range from anywhere from one simple act of kindness to maybe you experienced something that involved more people or multiple acts, and you can submit those all together at one time. So for my instance, I'm going to go ahead and put in one, and then I'm just going to give a brief summary of what I did. So a week ago, we were at our office packing up and getting ready for our big annual conference in Lima. And the street that our office is on actually has meters. It's street parking, and for so long, those meters were not being monitored. So you could pull up, especially for brief amounts of time, run in, do what you needed to do, and didn't have to really worry about getting a ticket or anything like that. Well, recently they've been monitoring those and requiring that money goes into the meters. So as we were packing up, I witnessed a young girl pulling up to the meter and running in quickly to a local restaurant, the meeting place, to grab some lunch. As I saw her run in, I noticed she didn't put any money in the meter. So having a few coins in my pocket, I simply walked over, dropped a quarter in the meter to give her a good 15, 20 minutes of time, just to allow her to not have to come out to an unpleasant surprise of having a parking ticket. So very simple act. So helping a stranger by putting change into the parking meter in downtown Lima. Oops.
Yeah, very nice.
There you go. So that's just as simple as that, helping a complete stranger, letting them know that, hey, I was thinking about you. She may not have even noticed that I did that for her, but I can promise you the kindness and the way I felt being able to do that made me feel good, and knowing that she wasn't going to come out to an awful surprise of having a ticket. So I'll just go ahead and put in my location. And the reason we're asking for this is just to be able to see, where are these submissions coming from? How far are we stretching and reaching people? So you can fill out your city and state, and even your country if this is reaching people internationally. And lastly, you can upload photos. So if you have photos from particular act of kindness, you can put that there. Or if you've created a video of your act of kindness, you can drop a link here to the video that's hosted on YouTube, Vimeo, even in Google Drive. So you would just paste that link right there. The final thing that the form asks really quickly is, do you consent to having your story shared? So yes, you can use my story, but I'd rather you don't use my name. Or yes, use my story and I'm fine with you acknowledging me. Or maybe you just want to share it to add to the count, but you would prefer to keep that story to yourself. You check what box is comfortable to you and let us know, let John know how to do that. Finally, we're just going to do the CAPTCHA to make sure we are a human, and then go ahead and hit submit. Once I hit that submit button, you'll see there's just a little message here letting you know that your submission has been received and is counting towards the goal. So it's really cool. And you can even go right back to the homepage and see that you've now added to that total. So yeah.
160 after the first week. That's fantastic.
It's wonderful.
194, or we'll do the math later. But anyway, what I wanted to also mention on this is the ability to do multiple acts of kindness during one submission. A good example that I just actually ran across the other day was there was a scout from Troy, Ohio, I believe, who got together with her and her friends, and they went to a military graveyard and they cleaned and scrubbed up and manicured 34 different grave sites of war veterans, which was fantastic. That was actually counted as 34 acts of kindness. So they filled out the form exactly as Janelle did, except instead of one, they put the 34, which I think is totally legit. So that's great. One thing that Janelle showed was the city, state, and country. What we're actually hoping is this thing spreads out and gets outside of Lima. And what we're hoping to do possibly is tap the competitiveness of the people out there and possibly pit state versus state, city versus city, Lima versus Findlay, Ohio State versus Michigan. So that's why we capture those. So there you go. That's how easy it is to increase that number, and let's get to that 1 million. Any other things that you think we should highlight, Janelle?
Yeah, actually, I think it'd be really cool to just point out and let people know that if you're struggling with coming up with ideas of things that you can do, we have some awesome resources here on the site under the AOK crew. Whether you're a business looking for opportunities for your team to get out and do acts of kindness, or a family who's just looking for ways to maybe get your kids inspired and being able to spread kindness throughout, jump on over here to the crew. And what we do is we give just some simple acts and some ideas of different ways that you can spread kindness that can spur different ideas for you. So we've got a few examples listed here. But what's really cool is if you want to join the list, you can sign up for our email list. And by doing so, you will get access to our exclusive AOK Crew Facebook community, where people are constantly sharing different acts of kindness that they've done, ideas, inspiration. But you're also going to get a downloadable list, which has so many different great ideas of ways that you and your family, you and your friends can get involved and just make someone's day a little brighter. So definitely check out those. As we mentioned, we've got them for families and also businesses.
And hey, Janelle, you mentioned companies and businesses. We actually have 3 different sponsorship levels. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So under ways to get involved, we break down the different levels of sponsorship opportunities. So we have a little bit of something for everyone. So if you want to join at a very basic entry level and show your support for the Doing AOK mission, you can with the Kindness Connector. There's more of a mid-level, which gets you a little bit more recognition, not only on the website, but with social media. And then there is our top tier level, the AOK Champion, which really shows the support that you have behind the mission of doing AOK, but it also gives a great opportunity for you as a business to highlight all of the great things that you're doing to further that mission. And under the Our Partners page, is a really cool way to show you some of the great businesses who've already decided to partner with Doing AOK. So now Marketing Group has come in at the AOK Champion level. And what that gets is this nice kind of little banner here on the page, but it also gets a custom page where we as the Now team get to share what our mission is and why the Doing AOK mission aligns with our company values. We get to share some of the cool experiences and things we've done, like serving food at a local food pickup, team building days, Christmas charity events where we collect donations to sponsor kids and families. But it's just a really cool way to represent your business and show off what you are doing for the mission. And that community amplifier, just as important, but maybe just at a little bit of a smaller level. We're excited to have Range Clean on board with us, and they get to kind of share what their mission and values are. And there is a direct link out to their site. So those are just a couple of the businesses who have partnered so far, and definitely look forward to growing this list and seeing the support.
No doubt. I appreciate that. Now Marketing Range Clean, shout out to you for joining the call so early. And just to let you guys know, this initiative that I started with my company, Battle Zone Promotions, is not a get-rich scheme. I'm looking at it more or less as something positive to do. I'm semi-retired now, and I sort of want something good to get out of bed for. So that's what this is. You know, we're going to use the funds from sponsorships. You also can donate if you feel inclined to do so. But the funds are going to be used to further this mission. I'm not looking to make any big money off of it, but, you know, of course, everything costs a little bit of money to run, and that's what these funds are going to be used for. So basically, that's it. I hope you guys are now a little bit more comfortable getting on the site and submitting your acts of kindness. Again, the goal is to pop that number up to 1 million. And once we get to 1 million, I'm not sure what we'll do. I imagine go for 2 million, right, Janelle?
Right. Yeah. Just keep setting that goal higher. And another way that people can get involved and show their support is the really cool swag that you have with the brand Chilio. Got the little mascot for Doing AOK. He's so cute and so fun. And it's just a really fun way to get some merch that you can sport around and show people that you are part of the mission and get them talking. So definitely check out the merchandise that's on here and get yourself some swag.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And actually, it was some friend of mine was looking at the Chilio Doke. That's the walking guy's name right there, the guy with the feet. And that's Chilio for Doing Acts of Kindness. And he walked through my office the other day, and said Chilio Doke. I said, hey, man, it sticks in your mind, didn't it? He said, yes, it did. So keep that. Order some merch. Okay. And remember, folks, chill out.
And do good stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Words to live by. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Janelle.
You're welcome.